Subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon to never miss an update.
The aura of a student union president versus the aura of a salesperson, a business development person, they are two ends of the spectrum in the way our society perceives it. What was that like? What were early years in sales like?
So there's a small story on why I went to sales. So I was in Gurgaon and I got fed up of Gurgaon, right? So I called my sister and said, I need to run away from Gurgaon. She said, what did you do? I said, nothing. I just want to run, right? She said, okay, something must have happened. You would have done something. I said, no, I don't want to see my parents for a bit. I don't want to see my friends anymore. And I just don't like Delhi, Gurgaon anymore. I want to get out. So she was working in Citibank and she said, no, I will find you something. And I said, find me something the farthest point from Gurgaon. So I found a job in Cochin to do sales.
Brilliant. This is like literally the farthest point in India from Gurgaon.
Yeah, where you could find a job, right? And I've always done extreme choices, and as we go along, we'll figure that out. But yeah, so I was all the way down in Cochin doing a sales job in Citibank, selling personal loans, credit cards, insurance, anything. As a job, there was a huge stigma because all my friends were in IIMs, in FMS, in top places, and they said, Varun, of all people, you became a sales guy, right? How bad could it be? And did it hurt? Yes, but I loved sales because every month there was a television on offer. There was a bike, Walkman at that time, beautiful headphones, stickers, funny things, and I used to just love it. And I still remember I would just do sales for the fun of it because it was great. On a serious note, I think sales helped me lose two things. It helped me lose ego,
right?
Because you get so abused, especially in India. And I always tell people, don't misjudge a sales guy because 10 years from today, he could be talking to you like this, right?
Right.
And you'd be taking Gyan from him, whereas you actually block him on Truecaller or her every day, right? Because and so it helped me lose ego. Second thing it helped me do is understand what I call ability to understand that all your life you're actually selling something.
Right.
You're selling an idea to your partner. You're selling a restaurant. You're selling a movie to somebody, a piece of cloth. But all your life you're actually selling something. So very early in my life, I was lucky, and I personally felt the sales stint was fantastic. Was it tough? It was very tough. Cochin gets hot, Cochin gets rainy. I used to have a bike and run around, and my boss used to almost every day in the night send me an SMS. And I remember the very first day I arrived in Cochin, it was pouring, and he sent me an SMS saying sent. And I said, sent what? So I sent him, yeah, I sent my HR papers. He replied back saying sent question mark. I said, yeah, I will send my bags and my papers tomorrow. He said, no, I want to ask you how much numbers did you do? And it was 10 hours since I joined the company. I said, dude, I have no clue. So he said, okay, you go. It's 11 at night. Go to the office, find out, and come back. And I realized in the first 24 hours what sales meant.
Right.
It's a great experience.
But Varun, there's another challenge to this, right? When you move from something that is looking for public good, which is when you want to do politics, versus doing sales, where you're essentially making money, especially people who are very idealistic, fresh out of college, fresh out of DU specifically, sometimes look at these kinds of situations as, I'm going to be making money for a capitalist organization. I am doing it for maybe winning a TV at the end of the month, right? Now, these are very different pursuits than what you would want to do as a politician or as a student leader. So how did you reconcile that when you got into sales?
I'll be simple and transparent. I fundamentally, I think in my mind, I'm a capitalist.
Right.
I think fundamentally people should earn their way out, and life has to be merit driven, which means if there are X resources and resources are always limited, may the best man or woman win, right? And, it's merit driven.
Right.
And I've always thought myself like that. Citibank was an American organization. I was 23, 24. When you're that age, whatever somebody tells you, you believe it. Citi told me, hey, look, if you give a loan to somebody, that person is actually living his life ahead.
Right.
And so I used to sell loans to people, and honestly, I felt very happy. The first day I felt really happy in my job was 6 months into my job. There was this doctor whose hospital we had funded, and he called me and said, come, there's an inauguration happening. And when we went for the inauguration, there's a queue of 1,000 very poor people outside waiting to be treated, right? Because it's a very hospital in a rural area, and this was a rich doctor. And he was charging them and making money. I personally felt at least they had healthcare because I was charging him an interest and he was paying me. But I think at the end of the day, as long as your conscience is clean, I don't think you should do mis-selling. I don't think you should cheat people.
Right.
Making money is not bad. Making money wrongly is bad, right? So at least I've had my values very clear. But I think, working for a capitalist company, and I'm a banker all through, I think bankers help the world in a very big way. There are issues like any other sector.
Right.
But I didn't have a value conflict, if you may.